Students need from their education systems more autonomy in their learning, as well as an understanding of how to even thrive as adults in uh, in a economy where everything now is fast paced, right? Like everything is going tech, everything is moving from just being a worker to being, even whether it be a gig worker or whether it be a person who constantly moves throughout an organization, like flexibility in learning and learning skills that are not the traditional learning models, right? Most of our schools have been prone to just train students around like pedagogy of education or becoming a teacher, becoming a doctor, when uh, the workforce industry is changing drastically. And if we don't prepare our children, they're going to be left behind. My daughter only got that type of education when we decided to homeschool. We decided alternative learning models, a hybrid model, I should say. My daughter started being more engaged with community assets like programs like DAPSEP or um, or some of the fellowships that she was a part of, but in her traditional school, she was not getting that. So what needs to improve is that they need to have non-traditional career pathways, not just college access. We need to start thinking about apprenticeships. We need to start thinking about more certifications. How do students get that while they're in high school so that it prepares them, for the workforce industry and for even self-employment. A lot of students, we're seeing that college is not, accessible to so many students, especially students and Black students. Their success rate in college has not been as good, and that's partially because the schools have not prepared them for that. So they need to even prepare them on how to be successful while in college, while in post-secondary education. And most importantly, I'll say funding needs to be available for students to access those outside resources if schools aren't going to bring them into the building. Yes, so what got me involved as a parent was a teacher actually lost my daughter in second grade. Story, I know it sounds really frightening. We did find my daughter, but that made me a more activated parent. And I was already present in her school. Like, I was the person who shows up with the cookies for the class and show up for field trips. But that made me start really exploring what was wrong with our education system, that a parent shows up every day and their child is not there. And when I say I became an activated parent, I became a parent who was more present at the building. I became a parent who began to push back on things that I saw that was not conducive to what our children needed. And now I'm a parent activist and I'm a parent advocate for choice. I'm a parent advocate for what parents see as choice. And choice is like really broad. I'm the director of parent voice for the National Parent Union. And we pride ourselves on making sure that parent voice is at the forefront of every decision-making table that impacts our children around education. Choice means what the parent and child sees fit for their education. Choice means not just traditional public schools, but charter schools, homeschool pathways, virtual learning. We have some households that have 4 children in it, and each one of those children are in different learning environments. And if that's what's conducive to what that child needs to be successful in their career journey, that's what needs to be available for all families. Choice means, in my mind, the money follows the child. Um, we don't have that everywhere, but it needs to be that parents have the flexibility to say, what's working here for this child did not work for this child. So now I have the autonomy to move my child to where it works, or even create a space that will work for my children.